creatives. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Sunshine Reader and Rose Writer. Now today, I will be sharing with you some of the books that are currently on my reading list. Hello friends, thank you so much for joining me for Sunshine Reader and Rose Writer. It's been a while since we've actually talked and I was able to share with you some things that are going on. Sorry for my long hiatus, but I'm back. So I just want to go through some books that are currently on my reading list. First of all, I have Answering Jihad, A Better Way Forward by Quereshi. So this book is my bedtime story. So I don't know if you all have books that you read right before you go to sleep, but this is one of the books that I'm reading before I go to sleep. So this book, it's written from a Christian's perspective, but he was actually brought up in a Muslim home. So he's really explaining what is the Muslim religion about? Is it peaceful? Is it not peaceful? Like, what are some things that people stereotypically think about Muslims and the Islam religion? So this has been a really good read so far. I've only been reading it not every single night, but most nights, and I'm on like page 61. But I keep going back and rereading different portions and learning a lot about different words, and just I'm learning so much through this book. So it's not something that I want to just speed read through, which is why I read like 2 or 3 pages for my bedtime story, and it's good things to like think over. So that's one. The next book is my other bedtime story, or when I feel like reading deeply, and this is The Best of A.W. Tozer. So Tozer wrote a good number of books. I want to say like 10 or 12. I don't want to like give out the wrong number, but a lot of these snippets, they're pieces of chapters. So there's 52 chapters in this book, and this was just compiled by Warren. These were his favorite compilations of the books that he's read. So it's really a good deep read. So if you're looking for something that's really reflective and will help you consider where are you in your spiritual walk, where are you in your priorities, and where are you in your relationship with God, I highly recommend that book. Again, it's not a book that you read through and you're like, yes, this is a race to finish. No, it's like read it a chapter at a time and just think and meditate on it. So those are my 2 bedtime books, The Best of A.W. Tozer and Answering Jihad. Next, I have The Dictionary of Body Language. Again, not something that I am reading through for just pleasure, but this book, it's a field guide to human behavior. So if you're a writer and you're wondering, all right, what physical motion can I give this character to describe that emotion they're feeling without using those words? Highly recommend this book. If you also are showing characters who are observing others and you want them to be able to, you want to have different perspectives of, like, let's say, for example, you are writing from the perspective of Theodore, and Theodore is observing Jill across the room. Without Jill actually expressly stating that she is aware of Theodore watching her, she can do something like with her body, like fidget, like pull her ear or something like that, and it'll become aware, or you'll be known as the reader that she has observed Theodore watching her. So just things like that. I love that book, honestly. Like, I sit down and I think I read like 6-7 pages at a time. Like, ooh, I've seen this before in human interactions and human behavior. And a side note, actually, Joe Navarro, the guy who wrote this, he was a special agent for the FBI for 25 years. So he's interrogated people, he's had to watch people. So he's a master of nonverbal communication. So if you want something to help add physicality to your characters, highly recommend this book, and check out some of his other books as well. Next, I'm reading One Page at a Time, a daily creative companion. So there, I don't know how many pages are in this book, but there's supposed to be something in here that you can do for like every day of the year. So I'm not doing them all in order because I'm a rebel, apparently. So there are some things that I've been, I really like this book. So this page, for example, they have blank spots where you can just write down anything, like what have you been up to lately, was just write about some things that you've been doing. Another page, I'm just flipping through, they also have like random checklists where they're like, how are you feeling, how are you doing, there was one that I did in the past that I really liked. It sounds sketchy, but learn to draw. Just draw 2 squares, stuff like that. So this book is truly a creative companion in a fun way. You can complete these tasks in literally just a few minutes. Like, I think most of them you can complete in like 2 to 5 minutes. But if you need something to get just your creative juices flowing, highly recommend this book by Adam J. Kurtz, some guy, but highly recommend this book. This is actually one of my favorite finds of the year. And yeah, I cannot say enough about this book. I love it, honestly. Yeah, there's some really other cool things to do in this book. Just so you know, so Adam J. Kurtz is a graphic designer, artist, and serious person. He's primarily concerned with creating honest, accessible work, including the range of small products in the self-published Unsolicited Advice calendar series. So he lives in New York City. He's a really cool guy, even like from photos, and you get a sense of the creativity and sarcasm that he has. So if nothing else, I highly recommend this book to help yourself smile, but also to grow yourself as a creative person who loves writing, editing, drawing, whatever. There's something for everyone. If you're a creative person, there's something for you in this book. All right. Next up, I am working on Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. Again, this is just self-care book where learning to grow better with finances, and something that I really want to take seriously in this next step of my life. So highly recommend this book. I'm like in chapter 4 or 5. I'm somewhere through there. It's a great book. Highly recommend it. It will show you and help you how to take control over your finances and make sound choices with your money. If you need that extra push to start saving, or you need the extra push, especially in times like this where I think everyone is really enlightened with the need of saving more than spending, and trying to make certain that you have enough saved up in advance for calamities such as this one. Great book to have in handy, and just good tidbits that you can start working on for the future as well. And last, but technically not least, I got this other book, Uninvited. So this was recommended to me by my friend Rachel. It's Living Loved When You Feel Less Than, Left Out, and Lonely. And just seemed like a good book to read for this stage of my life, to help with gut honest vulnerability, but also biblical depth as well. So I will let you know how this book goes. My friend Rachel and I are actually going to be reading this one together. Like, we'll be reading it like at different paces, but each week we'll be going through and chatting about this book. So I'll try to keep you informed about this book as well. Uninvited. Highly recommend it so far based upon what I've read on the back and skimmed through in the chapters. So those are most of the books. What is that? 6, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 books. There's technically 2 others that I'm reading that are not included in this pile. I just purchased the complete collection of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I love Winnie the Pooh, guys. It's a children's book, but it's timeless. So that's something else that I'm reading. And then I feel like there's another book that I have. There's probably more books that I'm reading right now, but I don't always keep track of them because I read like a little bit and then I wait another week and I read another chapter. It just depends. But those are the 6 or 7 books that I am reading. And I would love to know what you are reading. So you can help me with that. Let me know in the comments what you're reading. Also, if you have other topics that you would love discussed, or you would love to talk about your favorite genre of books, or as a writer, you want to talk through different imageries or illusions or things that we use in writing, I'll probably be doing that next. So just let me know. Love to hear from you. And as always, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video. As always, like, subscribe, and share it. And even better, comment below. There's plenty of space for you in the comments, and I would love to hear your feedback. If you're reading something, let me know what you're reading. If you're writing something, or you have a creative idea, or just something you would like to share, I would love to hear about it. So let's talk about it. Let me know in the comments below. As always, my friends, be safe, smile much, and love so much more. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's up to you. Bye!